Welcome back to Rolling Out. All the way live from our studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Today we are joined by a very, very special guest. Today we got the owner, the CEO, the founder of Now That's TV. We got Teleau Belton in the building. Teleau, how you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you having me here today.
Oh man, no problem, no problem. So this interview, this meeting comes like directly after you guys were so kind to invite us out to the 2 year anniversary of the network.
Yes.
Pool party, Lennox, Buckhead area, very luxurious indoor pool party with glow performing and stuff like that. It's a really cool event. Just first things first, great job on the organization on it. It's very
Okay.
organized.
Appreciate
It,
it.
it wasn't like, oh, this is ghetto. It was like you guys really had it like locked down and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's a successful event.
Yeah. We want to make it an experience.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I guess, just like how is it, first of all, like putting together events like that? Because like as you can imagine, it can get like out of control with guest lists and oh, my homegirl said she was gonna be on the list, all of those things. And then especially navigating a celebrity as big as Glorilla, like how do you kind of deal with that and keep things organized?
So we knew it was going to be a bit hectic. So if we didn't invite you, it wasn't no guest list.
Dang.
Yeah. So because we knew it was going to be crazy. So that was one thing that we knew planning it, and we actually put it together. The party was that Sunday. We put it together like that Thursday night.
Sheesh.
Yeah, the booking, everything, all last minute.
So Glow was just like, I guess, having to be in town or something, huh?
Yeah, she was just happened to be in town. It was like, yo, let's get Glow, let's get Gloss up, let's get everybody in that's in town. If they not in town, we flying them in, and we went from there.
Did Glosso perform? I know she was on the thing, but I don't know.
No, she didn't perform. She pretty much was hosting and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
We plan on trying to work with her more in the future and stuff like that.
Okay. I guess just building a network, building something. Um, how do you keep those relationships, tight and everything like that, and make sure you can get someone like a Gloss up on the phone and be like, hey, we get you for this event. Can you give it? How important are those relationships?
It's very important. Me and my partner was just discussing earlier, like, we try to reassure people, like, hey, we support y'all. It's a mutual support, and we big on building that. We want to have mutual support with anybody that we deal with. So, some of the things that we try to do is make sure we shouting people out. We keep them included in events. Anything that we can have going on, we try to keep everybody involved.
And we appreciate you guys like for inviting us out. But like I was telling Kels when setting this up, I was like, yeah, we showing love to Now That's, you know what I mean? Like we got a couple stories, everything, the interview. I was like, they need to keep showing love to Rolling Out, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Keep showing love to us, vice
Nah,
versa.
we appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. The write ups too.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. But I guess 2 years in it and stuff like that. You guys put out entertaining content and everything. Um, I guess just what was the vision for Now That's TV when you first launched it?
Um, our vision, we actually kind of stumbled across it. We didn't do Now That's TV with the intentions of doing Now That's TV. Um, we actually shot a project for one of our artists, and we went to go pitch it out, and we couldn't get no one to bite it out. So we just decided to distribute it ourselves and went from there. So after that, we was like, hey, like, this is cool. Like, let's keep it going. And me and my partner, we kept it rolling from that point on out.
I think this is something that we obviously already knew, but this latest thing was just re-solidifying it again, even if that is a word, re-solidify. But with the current rap beef, right, of Kendrick and Drake,
Mhm.
even the game just dissed Rick Ross last night and dropped it on Academic Stream. He
I just
dropped it
seen
on
it. I just seen
Academic
it this
Stream,
morning.
and in the song he shouts out Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat's probably been shouted out like 3-4 times in this entire thing, and the records are coming to Academics first most of the time.
Mhm.
So it's like the internet is king right now,
Very.
of everything like that. So I guess I say all of this to say, you guys were looking for something to greenlight something and nobody did it. So you just put it out yourselves. What message do you want to send to creators right now who are shopping, ideas around to larger companies? Because they feel like if they do, then they have a greater chance of just having more widespread kind of impact on it immediately, as opposed to building something up from the ground themselves.
Just believing in your vision and don't limit yourself. You know, everything is possible. Like we didn't think like when we did our first show that we was going to be a full network. We actually just did the full show, just thinking like, hey, let's try to get someone to pick it up and go from there. So have a wide open vision with your content, and get to know who watches your content. Like sometimes I feel like creators just create stuff and not knowing what their audience really want and really like. Take that time to see what they like and want.
I think that can be tricky too, because for some content creators, especially if you're like Dolo, right? So if
Mhm.
you're doing like your thing on TikTok or YouTube or something like that, and you're the face of the brand and stuff like that, um, they do let their audience kind of dictate what they want to see and what they do and stuff.
Yeah.
And that then they fall into a trap of like, I'm not happy making content anymore. So I guess what do you feel like is the balance between, do you think there should be a balance, or do you think it's like shut up, like your job is much better than like working a regular job?
No, you just have to find that happy medium. You know, our content is known to be chaotic at times. But we want to show people that we have substance too. So it's like finding that right balance, like that perfect match. It's just like mixing two ingredients. Like we want to make sure we have 40% chaotic, 60% of substance. Or just finding a happy medium. Sometimes you just gotta play with it until you hit it.
All right, so now that we kind of got into it, like you brought it up, the chaotic. I
Mhm.
always wanted to have this conversation, and I
Okay.
have these conversations a lot.
Let's
Me personally, I have a theory that the government dropped the podcast microphones into the black family, to break up the black family, like crack did in the '80s. Because or no, I wouldn't even say podcast mics. I'll say the gender war discussions. I feel like the gender war discussions are really just breaking up, another attempt to break up the black families, and
said
it's
gender
working.
war.
Yes, the
Okay.
gender wars.
Okay.
So, so I just want to know, like, with you guys, like, how conscious are you guys of that type of stuff? Is there ever a time of like, we want to make sure we don't fall into this trap of following into the trends and stuff that gets the most clicks for the sake of breaking up and making black people look worse?
Okay. So even far as that, um, that type of content. So are you speaking just basically
I'm
the
saying,
content?
okay, example,
Mhm.
example. Say, it's y'all show, right?
Okay.
Because I know y'all show and stuff like that. You have on a few guests. Say it's 3 men, 3 women. Y'all get in talking about splitting up the bill with dates,
Okay.
and then it comes to a woman saying something like, if my man can't do this, this, and this, and this, then he don't even need to be my man, because that ain't a man. That's just a so and so. And then the men come back and they're like, well, if the woman ain't doing this, this, and this, then she don't need to do this. And then before you know it, they're just yelling at each other
Hmm.
and about who splits the bill and who should pay all the bills and what the man and what the woman should do. I feel like that's just breaking up the black community and the black family.
I think it's more than just the black community though. I think that's just a worldwide thing. I think social media definitely dictates a lot of that.
But do you feel like you guys are like kind of fueling that because you guys do
Um,
have a platform?
Even with our platform, I don't think we're fueling it. If anything, we're feeling like more opportunities. People comes from all different walks of life. So this person next step may not be college. Sometimes coming and doing like being on our platform or something similar open their eyes up to wanting more in life. So, you know, I don't think that we're fueling anything to break up the homes and stuff. I just think that we just have a different we open up a different avenue for people that come from different walks of life. Cause some people, like we done seen come to our platform and be very successful afterwards. And go on to different ventures and stuff like that. Versus, if our platform wasn't here, they may not have ever even gotten those other opportunities.
I've
So
I definitely feel it. I definitely feel it. I think it's always like been a catch-22 within the black community beyond your platform.
yes.
You go to rap music, right? So it's like the example I always point out is, so say the game becomes successful and Love It or Hate It becomes like the biggest song in 2002 or 2003, right?
Mhm.
And he's rapping about like growing up in Compton and growing up in the struggle and, having to, evade through crime and, the struggle story. And that became the biggest rap song of that time.
Mhm.
So it's like, so now kids in 2002, they're looking at that and they're like, dang, if I want to be successful and rich as the game, I got to, tell a story about my struggle and stuff like that. They might not even have a struggle. So they have to like, a lot of people might go to the struggle purposely to live that life to rap about it. And I feel
Um,
like that's been detrimental to black people because it's like it's kind of keeping us in the cycle of how do you say glorifying. You know what I mean? Glorifying the
well,
struggle.
mm, nah, I can't really agree with that. I think it's deeper than that. Like even like you say, okay, we're gonna use the game for example.
Mhm.
Um, the game is just expressing what he went through, and I can kind of understand that because I've been through things, I've been through a hard struggle. And I actually seen something on the internet last night, yeah, we got some people that come from struggles and we got some people that come from a wealthy background. Um, that what someone purposely does is someone's choice. So like, me and my partner, we come from two different walks of life, two different backgrounds. He has a choice, like to go do things or to it's not us glorifying things, I believe. I just feel like, you know, it's deeper than that. I feel like sometimes like our parents can help us, understand what's really going on, the things that we should glorify. So I think it's other things besides just like I get what people say about the music having influence, but I think it's up to parents and surroundings to kind of clarify these things. Like, this is an expression of what someone else went through.
You, I feel like you can say that like and logically I think it makes sense of telling a child this isn't real life, this is entertainment.
Hmm.
Like it makes sense logically, but I think it doesn't even end as a child. Like you look at the NBA, right? And like some people will say, man, Anthony Edwards is keeping real blackness as a real black star alive in the NBA.
Hmm.
And who is to say how Anthony Edwards acts is a just an accurate representation of how a black person should act. You know what I mean? Or Ja Morant. Like it's like let's say something like Ja and Ant and in the NFL, Lamar Jackson, they're the only real ones left. And then it's like, if I'm a black kid seeing that, I'm 14, 15-year-old athlete, I'm thinking, dang, I gotta act like Lamar Jackson. I gotta act like Anthony Edwards. I gotta act like Ja to be accepted and celebrated by my own people. It's like Russell Wilson is constantly like whether or not he wants to admit it publicly or not, he's constantly fighting the acceptance of the black community.
Okay, but I mean, do you feel like Wilson right now is struggling with that because of his success on the football field? You don't think that has nothing to deal with it?
Um,
Because he's been struggling for
yeah,
the last couple years. But when he was with Seattle, he was glorified as the black man. I think people are just judging him more on his success on the field more than his outside actions.
nah. When Russ was popping with Seattle, people was making mad jokes about him. Like, like people have been making ever since he got with Sierra, like Russell Wilson has been like the poster boy of like a corny black man. And it's like, and you can feel it, like whether or not he's ever gonna acknowledge that like stigma on him, like you can feel it that like that affects him. Like that'll affect anybody, right? Like you would be affected if the black community didn't like accept you. You'd be like, dang, like
Oh.
I get pulled over too, you know what I mean? Because to racist white people that don't know you,
Mhm.
they treat every black person the same. So it's like when you don't have that acceptance within your own people, I think it's a problem. And I think a lot of the times when black people aren't accepted by their community, they want to go and try to act like something they're not for the chance to get accepted by the community. And it's like I get what you're saying, like you said, like you're just telling your story and it's
Mhm.
your truth and everything like that. And you're just putting that like, hey, this person went through this and now they're here. Like say Tia, I'll say Tia Kemp. Tia Kemp was, what I'm saying, a single mom, you know what I'm saying? She was trying to get it out. She made a platform for herself and everything like that. She
Mhm.
became more than Rick Ross' baby mom. She became Tia Kemp, the businesswoman, Tia Kemp, the brand, Tia Kemp, this and that. And then it's like, shoot, some girl might see that and then she like, I want to make sure my baby daddy's successful so I could get a platform. And it's like, bro, you're not even thinking about like, that's what I said, breaking up the family. We're not even thinking about marriage and building a family and making sure we stay together for as long as possible and keeping the entire family tight. We thinking about being a baby moms to someone successful or whatever so they could get on. I think that's just destructive and it's breaking the black families up.
I think it's okay. I get the angle that you're trying to go at. Like even with like just backtracking on the Russell Wilson, is it just the community that's not accepting him, or is just people in general not accepting him? Because I think it's more of a general thing. I don't think people, and I think only people that really kind of, I don't really recall too many people label him as a corny black man.
Let's not do this.
No,
let's not do this.
No, I'm trying.
All right, I'm gonna ask everybody in. We got two other people in here.
I think
we got two other people in here. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
After the fact,
you ever heard folks call Russell Wilson a corny black man, and Future was like the cool black man? He was toxic, everything like that. Okay, but come up to the mic. Come on to the mic. All right, we're gonna get you or hold on.
No, I can switch off with you for a second.
Okay. All right, we'll do. Now that's TV in the building. I like these conversations. Well, I mean, it's like I want to be real, bro. Like, let's be real. Let's have a convo. All right.
So first of all, I disagree with you. I mean, I do agree that, you know what I'm saying, I understand about breaking up the black home. But if you're talking about Russell Wilson, he didn't go to a white girl. He didn't go do nothing. He went with Sierra. The fact is that Sierra came from Future. Future is a popping rap star. Okay? He played football. While he was playing football and being successful, yes, he was a corny black man, but that was only corny because of he's not rapping. That had nothing to do with like him not being accepted by black folk.
So it feels Lamar Jackson. That was with Sierra. You think people be calling Lamar Jackson corny?
If they took it from Future, yes, Future's way more loved than Lamar Jackson. What are you talking about?
Like, he's not giving, like Russell Wilson wasn't giving that persona as like a rock star. Lamar Jackson had like edge to him.
That's what I'm saying. The edge. That's what I'm saying.
But that has nothing to do with him not being accepted in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, white, black, all that. Russell Wilson was just lame. And he is a lame individual when it comes to just regularness.
But that's what I'm saying.
But guess what? He didn't step out of his culture. He still stayed with Sierra.
But he's not being accepted, though.
He is accepted. He is Russell Wilson.
I think a great example, right? If Russell Wilson was white, would it even be such a big deal whether or not he was lame or not?
I think where it's really coming in is the kid situation that makes people draw the line.
I think at the end of the day, it's Russell Wilson represents. He's just, black people aren't a monolith, right? Like, so it's like different black people. It's nerdy black people. It's black people that like video games. It's black people that like skateboarding. It's black people that like football. It's black people that like rap. So it's like all these different types of black people. Russell Wilson represents a different type of black person than what the mainstream media has pushed to us for so many years, which has historically been ran by, white executives and stuff, telling us what black is. Black is Friday. Black is Boys in the Hood. Black is this. But black is the movie with Cameron, Paid in Full. That's black, right? So that's what they told us black was. So when someone doesn't look that black, then we like, oh,
no, I disagree.
And bro just being himself.
I disagree because you got Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's white.
Right.
Okay. But if you talk about Travis Kelce, they would call him more, you know what I'm saying, got that spiff, you know what I'm saying, that urban in him.
Because he dated a black girl.
He also dated Taylor Swift.
Facts. But he dated the black girl first.
But he dated Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And guess what? When you think of white, you also think of country.
Right.
Okay. So, but are you saying that's just a narrative people push? Because quite frankly, country came from blacks.
Right. I mean, but people look at Travis Kelce as someone with swag and cool and all this.
Okay, so swag and cool is urban, and that is considered black. To be cool, to be swag, that is considered black. That is a cultural thing that has happened all around. Period.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that as a negativity and anything like that. To have Paid in Full, to have Boys in the Hood, those are still things that were in the black community.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like, you consider that black. You didn't have that naturally in the white community, so you can't consider that white.
Okay. But all I'm saying is black people are different than just like this one thing. And it's like, I feel like black people only accept black people that are presented that appear to be one thing.
I feel like back in the day that was like, that's not now.
100% it is.
It's definitely not.
100%.
It's definitely not.
100%.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
People accepted Lupe Fiasco.
Right.
As black.
No.
What? You're wildin'.
No.
What? What did you think they gave Lupe? You think they gave him Hispanic? You think they gave him
Lupe, Kid Cudi, Childish Gambino.
All black. All black.
Who else gets
all
painted
black.
in that lane?
All black. And guess what? Childish Gambino got even more blacker when he did Atlanta.
Yeah, well, I feel like Atlanta was the first time they gave him that.
No, it's not. No, there's not. Lupe Fiasco, Kick Push.
100%.
Everybody was rocking Kick Push.
Everyone
was rocking Kick Push.
Childish Gambino, white rapper. He literally went on a rant in 2014 about being called a white rapper all the time. Because people call Childish Gambino a white rapper. People call Hopsin a white rapper.
Now Hopsin's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Hopsin's
That's
different.
what I'm saying.
And Hopsin is not mainstream also.
But it's like certain black rappers who like present themselves in a certain way, whether we think it's corny or whatever the heck, boom, boom, boom. People are gonna be like, yeah, they're a white rapper because they got white fans, they got white listeners, and then they make music for what they would say white people or whatever.
So I have a question. Drake got white friends. Would you call him white?
They calling him white right now.
That's only on some diss stuff.
Yeah,
like the majority's not calling Drake white. You know
that. I think before now because Drake was making hit records. Now that Drake is on the other end, everybody else is calling Drake white and the culture vulture.
They're definitely not.
Et cetera, et cetera.
They're definitely not.
But yeah, but
I feel you. I just understand. I just feel like as the time is going, like I just don't agree with the whole. I just think if and just being 100. Yeah. If you know what I'm saying, if who was talking about as
Drake,
not
Lupe
Drake,
Fiasco,
the
Gambino,
the football player, Russell Wilson. If he was white, they would still call him corny.
It wouldn't be as big of a deal if he.
It would be even a bigger deal if he bagged Sierra and he was Russell Wilson. He was white.
Like
it would be way bigger deal.
No one cares if Ryan Tannehill is cool. No one cares. Like no one cares if Ryan Tannehill has swag or not. No one cares.
Shoot, you got
Baker. I would say Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. You got a bunch of like
no, but no one cares if Zach Wilson is cool or not.
That's another one.
I mean, but I'm saying like majority of the white quarterbacks, they don't have to live up to this thing of being.
That's
cool.
because you understand the white culture is not like that.
But exactly. That's
but the black.
You just made the point.
But the black culture is okay.
Like it's like you got to be cool to be black. It's like I can't just be
cool. Is represented with black. Doesn't matter if you're white or black.
But it's like
that is a representation. To have spiff, to have edge, to have that is a representation of the black culture. That is just a representation, regardless of what it is. So even if you were white, you would still, if you have spiff and shit like that, hey, and that boy is spiffy right there. I see you. That's not a representation of, AKA when old boy did the country song. What's
Shabuya.
No, Longtown.
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. He did the country song. He was not accepted at first in country for him having the edge that he did.
Right.
All right. Okay. That's because that is a black cultural thing.
Yeah.
But then it got accepted but what you cannot do is when something's catchy or whatnot, you cannot just put it on the rug.
Yeah. But
white people accepted them.
It's just like I want us to accept black people for being excellent black people. Like regardless.
I don't think We don't accept black people for being
100% we don't.
Why do you not?
I'm nerdy as hell.
Yeah.
But people just think like I'm comfortable. This is how I like to dress.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and some people may not give me that respect. They're like that I'm a businessman and I'm really smart.
Right.
Because of how I dress.
Right.
We're just known to live our true colors.
And here's another thing. The only time that we're talking about, that's the hip hop culture of black.
Right.
In the hip hop culture of black, okay, that's what comes with, that's the majority of the hip hop culture.
Right.
Is that. But black people as a whole, I don't think that.
Like Obama had to be able to do the Dougie to win president.
No, Obama had to be relatable to win president.
Obama had to be like
relatable.
He had to walk like this. He had to go on Ellen and do the.
So why did Trump win?
Because Trump won because
he was also relatable
to white people.
Okay,
but
there you go. He had to be relatable. Black.
I think a long time ago it was cool to look at Donald Trump as like the rich white person. So like Richie Rich or something like that. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Donald Trump. Like he was just one of those names that people would say when they're just talking about a random rich white person.
No, Donald Trump. I'm not talking. No, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett. Two different type of people. I'm not putting Warren Buffett and Donald Trump.
No. I mean,
was a rich white person that fucked with black folks. Warren Buffett was Warren Buffett.
That's a whole nother discussion. But we run out of time. We run out of time. But yeah. I appreciate it so much. That was a great convo. Let me get back to Teleau, everything like that. Thank you so much. Wait, plug yourself.
You already know this. Kilo Sway, Now That's TV. It is what it is.
Gang,
what you watching?
Yes, sir. All right, Teleau.
That's my partner in crime.
Yeah,
man.
I was about to say, man, interesting interlude there in the interview, man. But that's what it's all about. Entertainment. That's what you can expect on Now That's TV.
Yes.
But like, yeah, like I said, bro,
I like the conversation. Those are things we talk about all day.
It's a conversation that needs to be had because it's like that jump, bro. Like I get it. Like it's gonna get people talking, everything like that, and that's the ultimate like purpose is to get conversation going, be a conversation starter. But like sometimes I just be feeling like also like we been there, done that. Like we get it, bro. Like next conversation, bro. That's how I be feeling sometimes, bro.
Okay. I mean, it'd be like that, but I think like you just said, like a lot of people just come from a lot of different walks of life. It's a lot of different views. And like you said, we've been there, done that, but some people are still repeating that same process.
Facts.
So, like you said, it's a good start.
It's like those kind of coaching channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Life coaching. And it's like we've been there, done that. All right, love yourself. Put yourself first. Work on yourself and then everything else will follow. Like we've heard that, right? Think positively. We've heard that. But it's a whole nother group of 15, 14, 16-year-olds who are going through it right now who've never heard those messages yet. To hear the love yourself, work on yourself.
I could also tell you one thing too, because I grew up differently from a lot of other people.
Yeah.
I heard those things every day.
Right.
But it's kind of hard to understand those things when that's not around you.
Right.
When you got to be realistic and relate to something to help you get through it.
Right.
So, those are the messages that, was taught to me from my mom. Like I grew up in the projects and stuff, but also it was a lot of things around me that just said, okay, this is hard. Definitely harder than the usual.
Right.
So, it's just a lot, but these are conversations we have and, we work as long as we work as a community, I feel like we'll get there one day.
And then I guess what's next for Now That's TV?
Right now, what's next? We actually going into filming movies, and actually becoming more of a linear network. Like actually having channels, different content, do it yourself, home improvement. We're really going to do like linear TV.
All right. And where can the people follow you guys?
They can follow us on our website at nowthat'stvplus.com, and y'all can follow us on Instagram at nowthats_TV.
Teleau, man, we appreciate the time so much. And then also, I just do want to say this. I do want to say this on the camera, man. How far you guys have come in just 2 years' time, and, the vision for what you guys have. At the end of the day, it's Black excellence. You know what I'm saying? What you guys are doing, the hard work is showing. The amount of different pockets you reach, like I said, with the Tia Kemps here, little interview sessions, and then the podcast episodes with Kilo, and and then the reality shows with Scrappy, and different type of figures, and creating your own stars. Like much like some of your obvious competitors and stuff like have produced their stars and stuff like that. For you guys to do that, you always have to salute someone who's building something from the ground up. So I do want to say that, and in the midst of the conversation we had, because yes, I'm building you up in this Black excellence and everything. I don't want that to get lost, but it's also, I do want to say, I did want to, verbalize that, to let's be mindful, because you guys do have such a powerful platform and a large platform, controlling the minds of the next generation.
A lot of respect, and I respect that. We got to bring you to the office one day so we can finish this up.
Oh, for sure, for sure. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's TV, man. Now that's TV.
Yeah.
Now that's TV. I'm Rashad Milligan for rolling out. And until next time, please take care of yourselves. Thank you, Malik, for producing this.